I'm hoping these guys are going to take it from here. I'm so excited to have Matthew and Mitchell here. And you guys have put in a ton of work for today. And we thank you and turn it over to you.
Oh, I'm going on the right side now. Hey everyone, this is really a special time. Thanks for being here. It's just amazing to say that we did organize our own event. My name is Mitchell Labarge, and I'm very excited to be here with you today.
My name is Matthew Labarge. That last slide there, thank you to all our donators. We really appreciate the people that could help out for today. I study at Northeast Wisconsin Technical College, and I thank you guys all for being here. We're going to present a little bit about our life story right now. So, Mitch, want to take her on from here?
Yep, so speaking about autism, what we're about, we are really about making a difference in the lives of others, and of individuals with the autism spectrum, educators, family members, and around the world, because it's an ongoing issue throughout the world. And numbers just keep rising every single year, and this is amazing that we do opportunities like this, especially today.
We believe that all people with the disability of autism can be healthy and well. Look at us. We're standing in front of people presenting how we've overcame autism and what we've done to overcome it throughout the years. Have a voice. Whether it's verbally or non-verbally, doesn't matter. As long as you have a voice and stand up for what you want, that's what we're looking for. Also, you want self-advocacy in life. Advocate for yourself. Today's main topic will be self-advocacy. So basically, this topic, or this slide will be talking about that.
How do we get here? It's definitely a long road, so here's where we're going to start from the long journey. We had a mountain to climb, as I hear the reference all the time. So here it is. We had therapists over 4 or 5 days a week, mostly Monday through Thursday, but sometimes we've done Fridays, especially when we had homework assignments and etc. Friends, educators, and employers and community. It's very, very thankful for what the NWTC community has done for me, as well as the experience at work at 3 of my places I work at, which I'll discuss later, and also family. I wouldn't be here today without all the support of my family, and I'm sure you're the same way, Matt. Anything else on this?
Yep, I thank all my family members for being here today and helping out with our event. They volunteered their time today. My dad helped with technology. My grandma helped me last night prepare some stuff, and my mom, our business manager, I appreciate all she's done for us. So, we'll keep moving forward.
We also work through our challenges using what we love.
Toy Story. We were actually, we found a movie back when we were little, and it was around, after we got diagnosed with autism, 3 years old. It was called Toy Story, and there's a song called You Got a Friend in Me, and right now I can even play back us listening to it 50 times and play Toy Story Racer a lot. And Mitch remembers that too,
yep.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, just making sure.
So then Toy Story and therapy, here we are, our therapist, Amber is to the right, and I'm Woody, and then Matt's Buzz. My favorite character is Woody, and he's Buzz. And as you know, since we're Toy Story diehards, I'm really excited for the new sequel to come out June 21st.
Yeah! So here they're teaching us how to rake leaves when we were really little, play in the leaves, stuff like that, and learn how to do artwork when we were very young. So, we'll keep going. This would be our sister Jessie. Oddly, that we like Toy Story so much. Jessie ended up coming out in this world, and she's a senior at Bondwell. Really appreciate her support, and she's a great support system. She's going to college at UW Whitewater and doing great things, and we just want to thank her for all she does for us.
We also built social relationships early. We had a couple twins over once a week at our house just to develop social skills and do stuff together, play games socially, and then just practicing social skills, just huge. I mean, just speaking like we are now for about 3-4 years. It just took a long way. It took therapy time, as most of you will know. And then here's our friend Steven to the left, and then Blake to the right before one of us. Yeah.
Taekwondo, this is a program located in Shawano at the Central Wisconsin Black Belt Academy. We had 2 instructors that were great for us. Our grandma actually trained with us, participated a little bit at first so we get used to it. It taught us respect, self-control, a dominant spirit. Am I missing any? No, those are the main things they taught us. And number 1, 2, they taught us discipline, how to act around people, situations, stuff like that. So it really helped us when we were younger to get to where we are today by learning that early on in our lives.
Sensory issues. We really had, do you want to talk about your issues with hitting hands?
So I had issues with hitting hands. I would always like slap my hand like this, like really hard. I would tap the pencil, let's say this is a pen, over and over again and keep going. And then also I would be outside. We had a basketball hoop at my house and I would be dribbling and then I would slap and then I thought the slap felt good. And I didn't know back then physically that's not how to dribble basketball. And it took a good 3 years to understand that's not how you dribble basketball, and had to learn through parents and therapists that's not a proper way how to move with your hands. Also loud sounds. We both dealt with that in elementary school. Fire alarm went off. We were completely shocked by it, both of us. Bright light, sunglasses, and vision therapy. We needed a lot of that. At Bondwell, they really made sure that we had everything prepared for us if we needed to take a nap. And like kindergarten, they made sure that they advocated for us. Touch, taste, and sounds. We actually did that at the CP Center located in Green Bay. And they had a great job with, number 1, feeling out how to deal with touch, and then also different foods. We didn't know how to eat certain foods. And then sounds too, how to adapt to music. And that's where we actually started to first listen to music, was through the CP Center. And that really helped us adapt to the loud things that are in this world.
Yeah,
we all know things that are loud in the world.
Yeah, and I want to give a little input on the loud sounds. It was really hard for me to handle the fire alarm, especially that they went off. I need emails and times on when they were going off because I thought the building was in real fire, and the sound just back then in the day was just so loud, and I just couldn't believe it. And then teachers had to help cover up my ears because I was so devastatingly scared. And then the same thing when the whistle blew and we lived in the old days on the elementary playground. I had to have the same thing. I remember kind of why I was running away just to get inside and not hear that the horn whistle anymore. But now I hear it while watching NFL football, and now I'm just fine.
Elementary school. So back in elementary school, we had a lot of different teachers help us out. These are all the teachers had an impact with us. They all know us. We walk in there and everybody knows who we are. A small community was a great starting point for us. This was the old playground elementary school. Now the playground moved across the street. So everything's revamped, but same slides, same everything. So that's a picture of elementary school.
Middle school experience, we first had one was Power Peer Supports, which was formerly Power Pals. We implemented that at Bondwell Middle School. It was a great program, so it got us involved in doing extracurricular activities like going to the Wisconsin Timber Antlers game together in May of either a 7th or 8th grade year. So that's where we really started along, and then had a couple all-night lock-ins at the school just to get involved and get to know our classmates better. So it was most of our classmates that did it from 6th grade up to our senior year.
Cross country, I ran cross country in both 6th and 7th grades in middle school, and there were 3 guys that came up to me before the race and asked if I wanted to finish ahead of them, and I was shocked. I mean, they know I have disability. They see me around class. They saw that I struggle with certain things, and they're like, "Hey, you want to finish in front of us?" Just because, they wanted to advocate for me and go, "We want you to finish ahead of you," or "We want you to finish ahead of them." And we were actually in Iowa, and I think it was really warm actually. It was like 75, 80 degrees. One of our first matches of the year, and I ended up finishing in front of them. And they're actually, Travis Wallenberg is in one of the pictures. He's running at UW Stevens Point, doing great things. And so that's a big deal that someone at currently college track let me run in front of him, and they stuck with me the whole race, and very appreciative of that opportunity.
sports fans with me referencing NFL football. It began at age 12. I'd like to thank our family for all the help and assistance they had because they've always been big sports people, but it took a long time for us to become interested. So our first, basically most understanding sporting event, it was the annual Green Bay Packers Family Night scrimmage at beautiful Lambeau Field. It took us a little while before we got interested, but then we just started tagging along, going to sporting events, get used to loud pitch environments, but worth it, a lot once in a lifetimes in our life, so this was the start of it.
Super Bowl, we got brought to the Super Bowl by our dad and grandma and auntie in 2011, and Packers ended up winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, best day of my life, of course. Now we need one this year, especially with McCarthy gone. Yeah, don't have to go too long, but yeah, it's time.
All right, moving on to high school. High school experience, so we got involved. These were the clubs that we got involved in. These clubs are currently actually still implemented at Bondwell, and they helped us, again, grow socially and connect with the school on a different level for just going to class. Freshman year, I played basketball, and this year went okay for me, but I didn't get a lot of playing time, and it was hard to transition because I was coming out of middle school too, and I haven't played basketball in 2 years, and it just really took time to adapt. And then junior year, I had a couple of coaches that, Mr. CoP here, he was one of my teachers, my personal finance teacher, and he actually understood my disability and understood me because I had him in class prior to the season. And then, told him I was signing up, and he got a spot for me in the team. And junior year, I played for 1 year, and I want to keep flipping there. There's something pretty cool here. If I can get her working. I'm number 24. Right here. So junior year of high school, that was when we played Manawha. We were down by like 30. I wasn't too happy about the game, obviously. We should have played better. But, actually, I'm sorry, it was Pacelli. We were down like 30 against Pacelli, but then I got in the game, made my shot, and it made everybody's night. And I went to the locker room, and everybody's like, nice shot. And then I go Monday to school, and I'm like famous already. Like, what the heck just happened? Like, I just made a shot. But it was a pretty cool moment. So I thank the team for giving me the opportunity to be a part of that.
Yep, so I was a nerve-wracking videographer that year. I did that for a couple of years for Bondwell, and once that went in, like, yes, I did it. I recorded the famous video, and I'm using it today. And then there's a Pacelli parent fan or whatever. He's like, nice shot, you had a really nice shot, and like, you're referencing my twin brother, Matt. Another moment of the night. Those are memories.
So, moving on to the next sport. Mitch, you want to talk about golf?
Yes, now it's my turn to talk about my number one sport, which is golf. It's a great individual sport. My dad coached it for a year. He still does at Bondwell, but our family really got us into the game, especially and PGA professionals as well around the area. We saw a couple before we really started to play high school golf when we were eligible for varsity over doing the normal JV 69-70 numbers. So then I want to share junior and senior year. I averaged 59.2 my junior year, and my senior year I averaged 51, and I earned most improved player junior and senior year. Wow. Yeah, it really shows what hard work does, and thanking the family and then especially the people at the golf course. Just can't say it more enough. So yeah, thanks for that. And then we'll move along, and it's our number one sport. And then one other thing I want to reference, it's just a lifelong sport in general. I do bowling sometimes too for fun, but golf's just a lifelong sport. We're members at Golden Sands, which is near Shawano County, one of the nicest courses in our area, and we've actually played Monday, Tuesday night leagues as subs and regularly, and they really enjoy having us, and it's just amazing experience that we get to have the experience of getting to know others and just playing a lifelong sport that we know everyone can play compared to the others. So I'm I was really blessed to share this morning.
So we're in FBLA, Future Business Leaders of America. We took first place at FBLA Regionals back-to-back years, and we did a fictitious website of our road to independence and made a little picture here.
And that ended up having us as regional champions our junior and senior year, first place. Felt like we were hoisting the Lombardi Trophy. Yeah, and it was just an amazing thing. We went to state FBLA both years for our e-business website, which basically started our own business. We were just interested from there just to say, let's get this business going, let's go for the ride. So this is huge today that we're organizing this, but yeah, that's just the start of this becoming a beginning.
Prom court, this was us at prom court our junior year. We got selected out of, I'm not sure how many, but they ended up taking us for, I'm not sure why, but I accepted the position, and it was the night the Badgers were in the Final Four. So it was actually a really cool time because the Badgers played and we had prom going on, so it was a cool experience.
Yeah, and the Badgers ended up losing to Kentucky that night, and my Michigan Wolverines should have made the Final Four that night. Then I would have been jumping up and down to school if they would have won. But yeah, it's a cool school experience that 78 of the classmates voted for us to become two of the prom court members. So yeah. And then here's our graduation day. Da, 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 da. From Bondwell High School in May of 2015. Just really crazy to think that we did. It's actually 4 years ago. As of next week, Wednesday, we graduated. So just amazing how far we gone, and to us to get to the graduating from high school point, just amazing with all the help we had in Bondwell, from therapists, from family. Just amazing walking in that gym, over 800 people, and all our accomplishments and where we're going today. All in.
Also, Packers and Eagles. One of us is an Eagle fan. That would be me. And I kind of traded teams after a while. And Mitchell, always stay with the Packers. He's done more of a loyal sports fan. I like to jump teams, so we went to the Packer-Eagle game a couple years ago. The Eagles won one, and the Packers won the next. So it's been a tight series so far.
Yeah, and this year they play Thursday, September 26th at Lambeau Field.
Oh, that was already?
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yep, so now that actually sums it up. Neurological strengths. Here's 2019 13-time world champions Green Bay Factory schedule. So I first started it. The first game's against Chicago, 7:30 on NBC on September 5th. So I can really recognize that once schedule releases out. It's like a Christmas to me, like, oh no, the Packers are playing. No, the schedule. And, yeah. And do you want to tell when you recognize license plates?
Okay, so this slide is pertaining to our neurological strengths, such as memory. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of, with autism, you can recognize like signs, license plates. When I drive now, I read signs instead of use GPS sometimes. So I know where I'm going, I use signs instead of the phone, but it's easier to navigate. License plates, I'll go to work, I already know if my coworkers are there. I mean, it's just unbelievable the ability that we have, and it's honestly a big gift that we have. So.
And I also know what my coworkers drive at the movie theater right now, so that's kind of the memorization pattern I have. So it's funny that we both have that. And then we also replay movies, with us being Toy Story junkies and just Disney in general. Disney's just the best, as everybody knows. They're coming up with a whole bunch of remakes this year. Aladdin's out in 2 weeks, but I really recognize a lot of what's going on in the movies, especially the good old days of the classics and Toy Story. So then another story, a current movie, Avengers Endgame came out, and I was the loyal guy to go at 11:05 at night and stay till 2 in the morning. Even stayed through the credits. An all-timer, so yeah, me and movies, huge interest, so I replay them in my head when I have to think of something happy too, so we have a great strength with that too. Now we'll move on.
Wellness, so wellness, one of our topics today. People taught us healthy options. We touched on this earlier. Get in touch with your body. Wellness is kind of with the body related to how you're feeling. Whether you're hungry, we have a place right now where we have a food idea list. Whenever we're hungry, we'll look at our list and a menu. tired, we'll take a nap or we'll rest. Meditate, our grandma Bridget has taught us that ever since we were, I don't know how old. It doesn't matter, we got taught that early on, and that has helped us just calm down a little bit. Especially with autism, I mean, sometimes our minds get so built up where everybody needs a break, but especially with people with autism, just to relax. Do something you like to do, but just, chill, then move on to the next thing. That's what I still work on a daily basis, I'm gonna be honest. Anxious, also stop talking, listen to what people have to say, and also have people encourage you, but also just listen first, and don't have to agree with the person, but just hear out what they say, and then you talk after. So that's big socialization, parts of being well, and then those are the rest.
Yeah, exercise is another key. Getting sleep's very important. I was having some butterflies getting prepared for this, and had to get a couple things from our apartment in the orchard. So just having sleep, along with having to think about so much stuff, along with running this event, I guess is really important. So it's good to share that. And then along with music, jam out to your favorite song in the middle of the night if it really needs to get you vamped up. So yeah, music's huge in our life as well. What are we doing now? We are currently attending Northeast Wisconsin Technical College in Green Bay, and we've had a really good experience there. It's felt like a second home to us, and really like to thank all the faculty and staff that has really felt us welcome there. So it's really started, and August 2015, us going into orientation was unreal, that we were going into a bigger school than just rural community Bondwell High. So yeah, we had to get used to the NWTC Green Bay world, but here's to adapt and overcome it. And here's Dr. Raffin and us two getting on a commercial that was advertised throughout the Marcus Theaters in Green Bay, July 2016, just communicating with us like any other person would with us. So that was really cool. We got to do that with Dr. Raffin, which is our president at TC. And for me, I get to talk again, but last December, I earned my associate degree in marketing. And also a technical diploma in digital marketing, a certificate in promotion and event management. We're planning and promoting this event right now. So me doing that and taking an event marketing class, which NWTC does an annual golf scholarship scramble in the spring, ended up being where John Meyer, my former instructor, marketing instructor in the class, decided to do it the same day as this, so I guess everything falls today. So really learned from that class how to really plan an event and how much work it really is, like getting up at 6:30 this morning, preparing everything, getting all of our hotel room, all comes back. So my GPA was also at an outstanding 3.50. And got inducted in the International Art Society with the Phi Theta Kappa. And here's me at the KI Convention Center, all happy that I graduated. Matthew and I, all celebratory at the time.
So my NWTC programs, by the way, this time last year, I was actually at NWTC helping a digital marketing conference with the event marketing class. So I want to thank the marketing team at NWTC for helping me with notes and all that. I actually use a lot of my notes for planning this event, so I really appreciate it. My NWTC programs, I took a different path. I don't make decisions as easily as Mitch, I'm going to be honest, but I did some different programs. I started with web design, the technical diploma there, and then I was also doing a certificate in promotion and event management, and I also did a digital marketing technical diploma. The reason why I decided to do 3 was I wanted to break down whether I wanted marketing or web design. Because I knew I was good at technology, and I was good with social media, and then I decided marketing had to deal a lot more, marketing's a lot more people related, a lot more of this kind of stuff, so I decided to then go for an extra 2 years for an associate's degree in marketing. So now I'm in my 4th year, going into my final semester in the fall with a couple summer classes, and fingers crossed to be graduated in December.
Yep.
And I also got honored in the Phi Theta Kappa this spring with a 3.5 GPA.
What's helped us in college? Accommodation service, which is now newly disability services. Me, Seiko, and her team, they've done a wonderful job with all students, especially us once we got enrolled in NWTC, and help us with tests, schedule different private rooms and reading tests and whatever's necessary while getting through that tough final college final exam. Once it took us 6 hours to finish a math with business stats final, and they took all their time before they pretty much closed and locked up for us to finish the exam. So, yeah, we lived in there, and yeah, that was their help, and also academic coaching, counseling, and then we'll just have you guys read the rest. And the student involvement, they really got us involved, and I'll share with you guys where I went last May based on NWTC trip. So yeah, stay tuned there. Stay tuned after this McDonald's commercial break. Other successes. So here, I am actually an employee of the 13-time world champion, 4-time Super Bowl champ, Green Bay Packers. I'm a seasonal employee there as a guest services assistant, so if you come on the right floor, the right fifth floor where the Bellin Gate is, I'm going to need to see your ticket. It needs to be in the on 5,000 section, because otherwise I can't get you in, because they have all their all-inclusive free food, drinks, and all of it is all unlimited, and the businesses chip in to get season tickets every year, and I see some of the same people there, and that's also felt like a home. And then the work environment, there's such great people there. I'm entering my 4th year this year. Hopefully it will at least be a playoff year this year, and then further on we'll go from there. And yeah, crazy to think I worked there, living the lifelong dream, and started in 2016, so it's amazing to say I work at Lambeau Field. And then currently right now, I am working at the Marcus Bay Park Cinema, which is a couple blocks down the road here by the mall. Been a really good experience. You mentioned me going to Avengers. I've probably been to 5-6 different movies since I have the best perk of getting in for free. And I might have done a couple of things, made a mistake, maybe burning the popcorn once, but you live and learn, and if I see you in there this month, I'll tell you which movie I go in at the designated area. So it was a good experience doing that for a huge corporation, Marcus Cinema. And now I want to share quickly that I got a new job at the Green Bay Booyah, the new team across the street, which starts next June, so I'll be leaving the theater soon. But been a decent experience, learned a lot of good work qualities there, and I'm really excited to announce I started the new baseball team beginning June 1st. So they're moving across the street here, the stadium's almost redone. They're really doing amazing things in Schwab and on, so excited to start my new career there.
So I'm currently working I'm not sure if you guys have come down Lombardi this morning, but there is a local neighborhood grocery store called Pick and Save. I will be there for a year in June. I bag there, staff there. I actually have seen Julie Maschke come in. That's one of my customers. My mom's coming in as a good customer. So it's cool to have customers that I know from the community, and I appreciate all the support. And I also am a cart runner there, so they have me doing whatever they need, and I've learned a ton, because most of that actually was, when I went in, there wasn't actually a lot of training. I had to figure it out myself, and for me to have a first job where I had to figure it out myself has been huge, and I figured it out within a couple of weeks on where to put the carts, and how to put bags in without people even showing me. And since Pick and Save is a small enough store where you can get around easy, it was a perfect start for me. And I also have a second job interning with the Green Bay Blizzard locally here in town at the Rec Center. Okay, so it's right across the street here, and they're an arena football team. Smaller than the Packers. He's talking about the Packers, but I get to be on the field, and I do a lot of the promotion stuff. I said in the interview, my dream is to throw a T-shirt. Yeah, I was nervous, so I don't think it's true, but you know what? They gave me my dream throwing a T-shirt, and the guys are great to me, and I have a game coming up on the 19th of May, and I'm on the field, I'm upstairs, wherever they need me, just like Pick and Save, I'm usually around to help out.
Yeah, and I have free tickets from him, so thanks for him for that way, because I get in for free. Huge. That's another perk. So I'm back from my McDonald's commercial break. I studied abroad at Scotland last May 19th through June 2nd. So cool, and I'd like to thank Lisa O'Halloran and then the other instructor leader, Jerry Lentz, to provide all their support on the trip and help me have an amazing experience and learn a lot as my marketing career experience certificate. So here's one of the castles we saw. And then there's our group in March when we had our 4 or 5 hour training. That's when I met everybody. Then here's me borrowing a kilt from one of the instructors we had in Scotland. So that was the second place we stayed at, which was built in 1791, called the Burn. And I was in heaven when I first went there, because I saw a putting green right away. Like, this is a new home. And then there's Jerry and I, and the famous 19th hole tavern at St. Andrew's Golf Course, the home of golf. Got to walk on the St. Andrew's course just to watch hole 18, take a lot of pictures, just took it all in. It's a whole new world there, and just an amazing experience. Round of applause for all they did for me. And really good growth and definitely learning experiences. And then different food, and I mean, yep. It's all, this experience of it matters.
Now we want to announce, since January, I decided on my own that I wanted to live on my own. So we're living on our own on the NWTC dorms at the Orchards, and anything's possible if you believe. Look at us, on our own, created our own bedroom, moved in with my mom and my grandma, and they helped me, and I actually figured out where I wanted everything to be. I actually ended up a couple weeks later, a fridge came in from my grandma, and I put it up all by myself. It was like really heavy, but I figured out how to plug it in. It plugged in, it worked. So I'm like, okay, something must have went right. I think it's got cold within a day, so.
And then we are official speaking about autism business as of either last summer or fall, actually an LLC. So stop by during our McDonald's commercial breaks and get your card today.
So if you guys want to follow us on Facebook, I'm not sure if you guys all have laptops or phones. This would be our Speaking About Autism Facebook page. You can also search for us on the search bar. Throughout the day we may take pictures and make some posts, and then this is our link for the Facebook page.
In conclusion, we all have good days and challenging days. We all go through challenges during the day, but gotta look at the goods and bads to pretty much everything in life. So we'll start there. Focus on your purpose. Be kind, caring, and compassionate to others. It will pick you up when you're down. Stay positive, get involved, like at NWTC, been involved, had a great experience in Scotland just because of the involvement and what the student involvement team does as well. They do a lot of free events and more field trips, so they've done a lot there. And then believe all things are possible. Together we make a difference, and look at us. So. For listening. That will be the one time we present today. And now we are going to be doing some giveaways, which we have up here. So, Mitch, you want me to announce the first giveaway?